Hello, everyone. Hail and well met. My name is Donny Knowles, and I will be your dungeon master for Abandoned Quest. Quick programming note, this is sort of an out-of-character introduction to the PCs that will be featured in the coming episodes. It is going live at the same time as Episode 0, which largely accomplishes the same thing, so if you'd rather just jump right into the narrative, feel free to skip this. I know this sort of goof-off isn't everybody's thing, and it doesn't really reflect the tone of the rest of the podcast, which I try to make all fantasy and heavy, but does inevitably drift hard into the comedy, which, if you listen to this introduction, you will understand. Also, some people's handles have changed since we recorded this, so feel free to click through in the show notes if you want to figure out exactly who you want to curse. Alright, thanks for listening, and keep the blood off the streets. What do you guys think the tagline should be?
I don't know. What do other podcasts use?
Where the quests aren't real and the points don't matter.
Welcome to Episode 0 of Abandoned Quest, a lawful evil Dungeons & Dragons podcast that was very easy to schedule. My name is Donny Knowles, and I will be your dungeon master for the foreseeable future, and I could not be happy with this group of people who I respect and admire, and I think you're all going to do aces.
Sorry, you said I could not be happy, which means very displeased.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, Donny,
I think you could not be happier. That's fine.
You know what? Yeah, I think that's better. Revising what I said earlier.
We can leave.
Hey, Jenel,
I'm very
Jenel.
disappointed with this group of people.
Jenel,
Yeah.
roll a perception check.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's an 18.
She nailed it, y'all.
Oh, you can tell that I'm telling the truth, and I am very excited to be hosting this podcast.
Oh, that's great.
We were all like, wait, what's perception again?
These are the kinds of interactions I'm hoping we'll have over the next several episodes.
Oh my god.
So we're going to be running the new Dungeons & Dragons module, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And I thought it would be best to have an episode 0 so everyone here can get to know each other as players and people, because no one on this call has ever met.
Ever.
It's so nice to meet all you guys.
Yeah.
Really nice to meet you too.
So, hey, why don't we start with Michael? It's Michael?
Yeah, that's right. Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Allen, and I will be playing the character of Braden Stabbener, a vampire barbarian.
Oh, God. I forgot you were a vampire. It's going to be so fucking crazy to start with you, but yes. Why don't you tell us more about Braden Stabbener? How old is he? Where's he from?
Well, he's as old as the hills. He's from Fantasy Transylvania.
Uh-huh.
He enjoys being strong and breaking things.
Mm-hmm.
He likes power, and he has little respect for anyone who's not a proven warrior. And he talks like this.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
Now, so just for the lore heads at home, it's Fantasy Transylvania.
That's right. Yeah. That's Fantasy Transylvania.
And that's not an allegory for like an existing Dungeons and Dragons city. People just put this on the map as Fantasy Transylvania.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Pretty much what I had in mind.
Cool. What was he like when he was alive exactly?
He was sort of a Conan the Barbarian, sort of a hear the lamentations of the women, see your enemies driven before you kind of a guy. And nowadays, he's basically the opposite of that, and he's still obsessed with all those things, but in like sort of a sneaky political cloak and dagger kind of way.
Oh, well, he should be perfect for Waterdeep then. What is he doing in Waterdeep?
Well, he's trying to acquire more power and become a more powerful vampire, and generally see his enemies driven before him and hear the lamentations of their women. And
is
so
that on
his
resume, or
yeah, so he's got kind of plans within plans. He's got all kinds of secret stuff going on to make that happen, and he's always on the lookout for a new opportunity to get some more of that power that he thinks is so good.
What's on his business card? Does he have a job or a business, or
like business dude? He's like he runs businesses. He creates wealth,
Michael, I'm setting you up for a backstory we've established.
Yeah, okay, so he's also got a cool vineyard just outside of town.
A vineyard. Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, but he never drinks any of the wine himself because he prefers a sweeter vintage.
What does the vineyard look like? Is it super goth or what?
Yeah, so it's all kinds of like gnarly black, like overwrought Baroque designs on everything, and like whenever you go there and like go up the road, there's like ravens cawing and stuff, and you can imagine that they're like saying your name, but then you're like, no way, ravens don't do that. And then when you get there, it's all super bougie and like super luxury, but like a lot of like black instead of gold. If you're like Versailles, but black instead of gold, basically. There you go.
Well, hey, Braden sounds like a great time, and I can't wait to spend more time with this big old dead boy.
His very infectious accent.
I can't wait to turn you all into vampires.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try really hard not to do that accent exclusively. Fingers crossed. Now, so moving on, Jenel.
Hello.
Jenel, hi. You're in this game of Dungeons and Dragons, and you are bringing. Why don't you introduce yourself really quick?
Okay. Hi, my name is Jenel Lawson, and I'm going to be playing the character Blitz Avianosets.
Oh, is that how you say that? I was saying Avianosets.
Oh, I don't know. Accent to be determined.
Hey, it's your name.
Jenel, own it. Yeah. Confident.
Yeah. It's your name. And I'm sure the accent is easy to do. Tell me about Blitz. What's her deal? Where's she from? What's she look like?
Okay, so in the country of Faerun, she is from the southwest area, a place called Calimport. So it's pretty far away from Waterdeep. Her family owns a shipping business, so they're into exports and imports and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she is going to be in Waterdeep trying to expand the family business.
That's excellent. So what is her race?
Oh, she is a blue dragonborn, and she is a rogue sailor type.
But she's a noble, right? She's like a port noble or whatever?
Yeah, so she's like a little bit of a poser.
Oh, yeah, she's kind of a poser?
She's like a pirate poser. Like, she's really into sailing and stuff, but she's from like this rich family. So it's going to be interesting.
So lots of like nautical jewelry, maybe?
Yeah. Tries way too hard to fit in with all the sailors and stuff.
That's cool. Tell me about her. She said she has a large family.
She does. She has a very large family. She has a sister, 2 brothers. Her mom, Ursula, is the one that kind of like runs the family business. She has, 2 grandparents, a great uncle, another uncle, an aunt. They have a kid. And her first mate is actually her brother-in-law.
Now, is that first mate like her first love, or her first mate like her
first mate for like her ship? So she's the captain of a ship.
Gotcha.
But maybe also her first love.
Oh.
Don't rule that out.
That'd be kind of messed up.
Okay. Oh, so she's the captain of the ship.
Yes. Yeah. So this is like her first mission going out, being in charge of her own crew and stuff without one of the elder family members kind of like watching over her. So it's a big deal.
But does she know how to sail, or is she more like delegation captain?
She's probably like kind of learning as she goes, sort of thing. Like, I'm sure like the crew that's with her has been like with the family business a while, so she's probably like trying to learn from them and like. Sure. Yeah.
Do you think there's any tension among the crew to having you be immediately placed as captain with no
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's an issue.
Skills?
It's definitely probably an issue.
Well, that'll make for some exciting tension, I think.
She probably like misuses like nautical terminology, and they're just like eye roll.
Oh, that was right mizzen, that was.
It's like starboard bow, and she goes to the wrong side.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Okay, I'm into that. And so she has a shipping business. How long has she been at sea?
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at this map. It's gotta have taken at least a week for them to get there, at least. But she's definitely been around boats like for most of her life, though.
Sure, cool. But it probably in more of a yachty capacity, right?
Yeah, more of like a lounge and servants bring you things sort of way, not like in a...
Great. I'm not trying to undermine you. I'm trying to set an arc up here. That's good.
No, it's fine. I agree.
So how long have you been in Waterdeep then?
I think she's probably been there at least for 3 weeks or so, because I know that I had talked with Mike and Sarah about maybe having business relationships with them before the start of the
good
campaign.
Yeah, I want to get into what the business relationship is after that. But did she like it? She like Waterdeep?
Yeah, she's super into it. She likes meeting new people and being in a new place to discover.
Well, great. I'm sure we're all excited to discover Blitz Avianosets. How do you say it again?
Avianosets?
Avianosets. It's got a nice rhythm to it. It's kind of a beat drop. Sarah,
What's up?
tell me all about your Dungeons and Dragons character.
So I'm gonna be playing Zig. They're a Eladrin elf, Death Domain cleric.
Can we spell Zig?
Yes. Z as in zebra, I as in
Yep.
what you see with,
Yep.
and G.
Z to the I to the G.
Asked and answered.
There you go. It was inputted as zip, which I think is hilarious. No, it's Zig.
Okay, I
But
have been
appreciate
writing
it.
zip all day. That was a little confusing.
So has Jenel.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Can that be canon?
Yeah.
People accidentally say zip.
We can't change it. I'm attached to Zig.
So, what is Zip's line? God.
We did it. That's it. That's the end of the podcast, folks. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for tuning in.
Well, we tried.
What is Zig's line of business?
They run a local nightclub type establishment called The Alibi.
The Alibi.
Oh my god, that's so
Ooh,
cool.
That's
I like
so
that.
cool. That's
I thought it was
awesome.
too Irish, but everyone loved it. So I
That's
kept
very
it.
good.
Is that Irish? Is that racist?
Is it? No, it's because I used to go to a pub named The Alibi. That was very Irish. The Alibi is a local watering hole. It caters to everyone, of course, but seems to attract the more savory, let's say, criminal-leaning
You mean like unsavory or
population.
salty?
Salty, my bad. English second language. Things get
Sure.
confusing.
Yes, I know.
Blame it all
I
on that.
understand you. You typically speak Elvish.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But yeah, it's a pretty cool establishment. I like to think so, at least as the proprietor. And yeah, our main thing, more than like drinks or dancing that we provide for our very valued clientele, is privacy. They've got enough of a good, high-ranking clientele that even if something was going to go wrong or, they'd be taken care of or at least protected in some way.
Mm-hmm. So
And
is there sort of like a magical anonymity about Alibi?
Ooh.
Ooh. Sure. Yes. Let's go with that.
This was incredibly planned.
Does Zig worship? Zig is a cleric, is that right?
Yes.
So what deity does Zig worship?
Laviatar.
Can you tell me about that name? Person?
Yes. She is the goddess of agony. Also known as the Maiden of Pain or the Willing Whip.
Cool,
So
church.
that should give you a pretty good idea of where we're going with this.
Oh, this is that religion with all the good pins?
Yes. My holy symbol is a cat of nine tails whip.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And is that just on you all the time? Or
100% of the time.
cool.
100% of the time.
Great.
Yes.
I think I'm getting an image of Zig's look. Zig is one of those. Zig is one of those fancy elves. Is that right? What are they called?
Yeah, Eladrin elves. So that's going to be super interesting. Basically, their mood is affected by the season.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna have to figure out that mechanic if we want to like establish it's winter and Zig's gonna be depressed the whole time.
Great.
Or
Well,
if we want to roll every day.
I should have said before that we are going to be rolling the autumn edition of Waterdeep. Every
Cool.
season has different villains and different
Ooh.
events that go down.
Okay.
Um,
Autumn's the easiest of the seasons. It's like content, I think.
Yeah, but that means winter can be season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, so winter is coming.
Oh boy.
No, it's here.
Great. Then I think that with Zig in the bag, we move on to Carleena. Can you
Hello.
introduce yourself to the podcast, both as a person and a character?
Sure. So my name's Carleena. Hello. I am playing Misra Tiston. She is a drow ranger. She is from the Underdark and is arriving and looking to make some extra gold and loot other than what she makes already as a hired assassin.
Oh shit, a hired assassin. Well, as I understand it, the Underdark isn't always the most fancy of places. Is there a reason that that she has left her homelands?
It just kind of sucks in general. Is what she's found, and she's kind of this person that's like a very type A personality. Like, I know that I can do better than this, and this is nothing. So she's decided to kind of venture out on her own and make her own living and make her own way in the world.
Like the Moana of murderers.
Yeah, exactly. That's my tagline now.
So she's a ranger. What is that like for her?
She's very used to being on her own and foraging and finding what she needs to. She's lived in the forest on her own for quite some time now. She's relatively young for a drow, like only a few hundred years old, and has no family. So she's used to like sustaining and using her skills and what she knows and what she's learned over time to keep herself alive and in whatever means possible, like whatever it takes.
Okay, cool. So she's scrappy, huh?
Yeah.
How is she as an assassin? Is she good at it?
She's very good. So she actually met up with her current organization after killing someone else's target in a tavern fight. She got into a fight.
Is that a faux pas?
What? No, yeah. No, like she got into a tavern fight and she killed someone, and she was like bye, and like kind of left without a trace, and the assassin organization, since she was pretty like young and scrappy, I guess, and hungry, I guess. So they followed her and they were like, you killed somebody and you got away with it. And she was like, yeah, and kind of ready like to duke it out. And they're like, no, we want to hire you. So now she keeps in contact with this organization and they find her targets and she goes and kills them, which is kind of cool. So she's been doing this for quite some time now, probably the last few decades or so. This has been her calling.
Has that affected her? Well, I guess I don't know your alignment, do I? I assume if you're drow, they're typically evil, but we're not stereotyping in this house.
That is true. I'm a neutral evil. I'm a neutral evil drow.
Oh, well, that's great.
All of our characters
Yes.
evil? Is that
Now, is there anything like special about the way that your assignments are given out?
Oh yeah.
from your
So
Assassin's Guild.
the way that we have kind of come up with this is, or what we've been talking about off mic, is that she gets like, it's either like a charm or some type of like spell or something that she gets put on her and the target gets put on them, and only when she meets this target are they revealed to be the target, and then she has to kill them. So they could kind of come up, which is kind of cool for you, Donnie, to play with as well.
Yes, I think so. That's exciting. Well, I think that is everybody. Tomorrow you're going to be starting, well, not tomorrow, the next episode, you're going to be starting with a business arrangement. Tell me a little bit about how the business arrangement you have all come up to meet with.
Oh,
All right. Okay, Mike, go. I don't want to do this.
Lots of people are interested in. Lots of people are.
No, it's
interested.
Mike.
No, it's me. Okay, all right.
No, it's not Mike. It's I asked Braden. Play it back.
All right. So, Braden, what's the deal with this business thing? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Lots of people want my expensive and interesting wine. It is in high demand throughout the known realms. But I am very tight-assed about actually giving it out to anybody. But Blitz managed to use her roguey wiles to try to, how you say, get some of it from me. So so she will meet with me to try and do this. Now I do not care if the wine goes far away or if it stays here as she does. What I want in return is something much more precious.
Oh, that's ominous.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Jenel, could you describe your end of the deal as Blitz? Is Blitz here?
So Blitz is she was sent here, to get trade deals and prove herself as a
no, I'm
member of
sorry,
her
I
family.
asked Blitz.
Oh,
I asked Blitz.
All I want to do is know the fucking vampire one. So Blitz is here, and she is trying to secure trade deals.
Yes, perfect.
I am trying to prove myself to my family, and I have secured maybe only 2 or 3 right now, and I really need to get more. So I'm just trying to get as many trade deals as possible. I don't know what this ominous thing is going to ask of me but yeah, we will see. I know that I already have a more personal deal with Zieg, which involves their club, but that's very personal to me, and maybe everyone will find about it later.
Thank you, Blitz. It's absolutely lovely to meet you. Now, you mentioned Zig.
Mm-hmm.
Zig, can you maybe describe what your role in this arrangement is going to be?
Well, my establishment specializes mostly in making fantasies come true. You tell me what you want and what you're willing to pay for it, and I find a way to make that a reality. Blitz and I have a very, very mutually beneficial arrangement. She has a private room in the club. That's how important she is to me. And I am currently in talks with Braden to secure some of his fine vintage for the club, but we will see how that turns out.
I believe that could be arranged.
Let's talk.
And that's all lovely. Now, Carleena, I know I've sort of put you on the spot here, as you do not have a role in this business arrangement, but
I came up with one though, and it's
great.
Good. Okay,
lay it on me.
All right, so let me do this character voice. So Misra showed up to town because Braden hired me to be a bodyguard because he knows that something is going to go wrong, and at all costs, he must protect his assets. And more so, he needs to get what he wants.
Did you catch that? She's working for me.
Good, wink nudge. Thanks for listening to Abandoned Quest. Thanks for listening to Abandoned Quest. You can follow us on Instagram at Abandoned Podquest. And where can we follow you all?
You can check me out at Void Podcast. Link in the doobly-doo.
I don't know what to plug. I guess check me out at my Instagram, Boss Jellybean.
Oh, great. Sarah?
Yeah, I'm at Koyuki, Kouyukki, pretty much everywhere.
And Carleena?
I am at Carleena Manzi pretty much everywhere. Also, follow my cosplay Instagram at Carly Quinn Cosplay.
Yes, do that. You can follow me at Don Shot First and my cosplay at Jason Mimosa. For all of us here at Abandoned Quest, give up and forward.
Abandoned!
Is that the official line? Give up and forward?